Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to Freedom Chats with Miss Foxx. Hi. So hopefully we get this together. Hello, Miss Bossy. How are you? Hey. Hey. Okay, T's blessed hands. How are you doing today? Ashley Parker, how are you doing? Hey, 9999. Hello. Kevy Ward, hello. So I want to jump straight into it. Our conversation today. So this is one of our first episodes of Freedom Chats with Miss Foxx. So we create freedom in every single area of our lives, right? In many different ways, not just financially, but I'm all about the holistic approach. Hey, 999, I'm about the holistic approach to really being able to maximize our experience while we're creating wealth, while we're creating the life of our dreams, while we're creating all of this stuff, right? Today, our episode is about understanding burnout in business. So understanding burnout in business is, put a 1 in the chat if anyone is in business right now. If you are an entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, if you are ready to start a multiple stream of income, put a 1 in the chat. Hello, RST Bryce. I've been an entrepreneur for the last going on 19 years. I'm excited about all that's happening and taking place in our industry. It has been a long journey, and today is about understanding burnout, right? I'll just go ahead and get on into it. Hey. I tried to stream from this other platform, but that was not working. So we're going to see if did I mess it up? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Let me see what just happened, because I just got rid of something that I'm not trying to get rid of. I'm learning. Listen, we all learn as we grow and get this thing together. So understanding burnout in business and identifying the signs of when you might be burnt out, right? Everybody wants to make this money. Everybody wants to have all of this access, like excess. But what happens when you're experiencing burnout? Thank you. Yes, I'm going to take my time. What happens when you're experiencing burnout? When we're trying to, I tell any person that is on the journey of creating something that's in your mind and taking it from a thought to an actual item, service, expression into the world, it takes a lot of energy. So being able to, and as an entrepreneur, solo entrepreneur, I know there's a lot of solo entrepreneurs. For those that are watching the replays, if it's just you and only you, a lot of times when we're starting businesses, or it started off as a hobby, something that we did very well, that we were passionate about. And I want to talk about a lot of different topics that a lot of entrepreneurs are not focusing on, or not, expressing the importance on, and it's burnout. One thing I have learned in this journey, because I've had to start over 3 times, not 1 time, but 3 times in business. Not that the business, literally 3 times getting myself together because I was burnt out. You can go through seasons of making the most money in your life. You can go through seasons of literally being able to expand or being able to take the leap of faith. But what happens when you're in seasons where it's your time, but you are burnt out? And sometimes individuals confuse burnout with I'm doing something wrong. No, darling. You have to go through a season of self-care, of really rehabilitating your nervous system. It might need some real serious attention. When was the last time you got your blood work done? When was the last time you literally looked into why am I feeling the way I feel? This is not depression. You're just burnt out, meaning that you have produced from a place that your cup is not. It's just like my glass right here. It's not overflowing at that season of your life. And one thing you don't want to do is be in a place that you are trying to create from a place of emptiness. Trying to create anything you want. Just think about it. When you're looking for something in your house, you can't find it when you need it. When you're in a season where you like, I need it, but you're on low, honey, I'm trying to tell you, the very thing that you need, you will not find. The customers that you're looking for, you will not align with. The opportunities that you are wanting and hoping for, you will not align with it, because your energy is coming from a place of not being of overflow. It's not coming from a place of attracting abundance, right? So one thing, we can always talk about this money. And in our freedom conversation, yes, we're going to talk about a lot of creating options for ourselves to gain back our time, to be able to identify what type of life do I want? Like, what does that look like? What's the expression of the money I want to make? Like, it's different vibrations with, money. You got your hustle money. You have your ease and flow money. Those are normally when you start going into scaling with systems and different softwares. There is a lot of automation going on. You're now duplicating yourself, and it's not just you solo doing everything. You started to branch out. You have different vibrations. You have a level of, when it gets to the higher end, when you are connecting, when it has the connection money, when your network is now valuable enough to allow you access to opportunities that will change your life based on a phone call or a collaboration. It's different levels of this money, right? And I want to just go through today some of the key signs of what the burnout looks like. Burnout in business often starts subtle, like it's small signs of exhaustion. You're just waking up tired. Sometimes you might be frustrated for absolutely no reason, right? Lack of motivation, constant stress, feeling like it's fight or flight all the time, fight or flight mode. These are key warning signs that, darling, you might want to step back and put a whole complete halt on what you're doing to take care of yourself and get realigned with the mission at hand, your why, and really be able to come at it again from a place of being full. It occurs when entrepreneurs push themselves too hard without adequate rest or support, often due to poor business foundations and unrealistic expectations, right? We have this social media, and ask me whatever questions you want while I'm having this conversation. But we have social media, and everybody's looking at this stuff from a bird's eye view of everyone's life, and people are posting what they want to post. However, they're not telling you the ins and outs of what it takes to get it or keep it, maintain it, or multiply it, right? So they're not telling you what all they are going through in order for it to look like what they want it to be perceived as, why they are, and it's fine. That's just how it goes. But I'm at a place in life that I'm like, listen, I want to tell individuals from what I wish somebody would have told me. Slow and steady wins the race every time. We want to create, hello, Nail World. We want to create from a place of passion. We want to create from a place of, I've had plenty of major business ideas, and I had to really learn how to check my heart space, right? What is the intent of what I'm doing? If you're doing something just for yourself, when I tell you it would only be short-lived, if the intention is not to really serve or help, that means that your heart space is not in the right place of creation. That means that the end outcome, it might be temporary that you might have been successful with, but it will not create longevity in it. Because anything that God places in our heart is for the embetterment of everything bigger than ourselves, right? So I had to learn very hard lessons because I'm in several different industries. From construction, I'm a licensed general contractor, so dealing with a lot of men, building. I'm in industries of consulting, working with individuals that are starting business, people that are coming from 9 to 5, trying to figure out what additional streams. I'm in the financial literacy space, so we can learn how to deal with the money. I've been in the beauty industry for over 20 years. Actually going on 24 years, and being able to learn you can be good at a lot of things, but it gets to certain points in your journey that you have to literally step back and say, am I enjoying what I'm creating? Because I don't want to be on the menu for leaving up out of here early, because we've seen a lot of people leave up out of here prematurely because a lot of times that we are not assessing, how do I feel right now? Am I actually resenting the process because I'm not seeing the results that I need to see. The money's running low. The economy might be looking funny. The clients got their own stuff going on. It might be in a season that you cannot create from a place when you are not in your most healthiest place, meaning that do you have a daily routine? Like, let's check on that. When was the last time you checked yourself of a daily routine? When I work with clients, I like to tell them that from a scale of 0 to 100, I never let myself get below 65. Just think of it on a grading scale. If I'm at 65, I'm failing. If I'm at an 85 or a 90, normally that's the season of your life where you're attracting new love. You're attracting a lot of opportunities, money coming from the north, south, east, and west. You are drinking your water. You have a skin routine. You're starting to exercise. Normally you're at a higher vibration. Normally you're at an 80 to 90. Things are coming towards you without you going after it or feeling like you have to make it happen. When we start forcing things, that's normally a season that we're out of alignment, because forcing without it truly coming from the source of it, being from a good place of where you are, because we only align with what our truths are, not what we say, but what's truly coming from within ourselves, right? So we're only going to create based on our truth, not what I say I am, but where I really am and who I really am, and me knowing that, and me being able to allow my soul to be in agreement with who I am throughout my journey of creating wealth. Like, when we're going after financial freedom, it's all about, like, it's not just getting the money. It's who you're becoming on the journey of creating the opportunities that allow you to meet the higher version of yourself on the journey through all the situations you're going to experience, that will allow you to see yourself in so many ways that you had to learn how to embrace. Hello, Nail World. Hello, Proud BBB. That you had to learn how to embrace being uncomfortable. That you had to learn how to take those risks. That you had to learn how to truly, like, be selfish and create boundaries, right? Healthy boundaries. They're so essential, because eliminating healthy boundaries out of your life creates burnout, because you'll eventually overextend yourself in so many ways, and you won't know it till you're at the end of what all you can do. And all the things that you're making effort towards normally aren't producing the results. And normally it shows you by default, if you're being truthful with yourself, that, you know what? Because a lot of times, I know I was in denial for a long time. Like, I was like, I know I'm not at burnout again. I know I did not do this again. Like, I know I'm not at this place. So that's why my platform is so much about financial freedom, because when I can create a level of financial freedom, because if you allow them to feed you, you allow them to starve you. I'm going to say that one more time. If you allow them or it to feed you, you allow it or them to starve you. Therefore, you have to create an ecosystem within your journey that you take ownership of, customizing it for what your personal truths are. And in order to do that, you must acknowledge that this whole journey of my dream and what I'm supposed to do and bring forth into this world needs to be so much about me learning myself and what I desire and what I deserve, and also getting to a place of the next level. What does that need to feel like for me? Not nobody else. Like, ain't nobody looking to the left or the right. What does that need to feel like for me? Like, when I'm working with clients, I'm like, listen here, I need you to tell me what was one of your best days and best weeks. What did it look like? What were you doing? Because in order to create, we have to create a level of consistency and repetition, right? And we have to create a level of consistency and repetition of not the bad. Hello, Miss Austin and Darrell. We have to create a level of consistency and a level of repetition of the positive things that make you feel alive, that connects you to your why, that allows you to produce from a place of overflow and not desperation, not survival mode. And in order to create from a place of overflow and not survival mode, You have to make sure you are checking your radar of where you are from 0 to 100. Because I'm telling you, if you allow yourself to start feeling lack of motivation, being tired all the time, constant frustration, aligning with people that mean you know well, because they are literally, they feed off you. It's like the polarity. If you are giving from empty, they're going to take. But guess what? If you don't know where you no longer are supposed to give from anymore, you're going to put yourself in jeopardy. That you're going to experience what they call tower moments, where everything starts falling apart, honey. You start attracting a lot of, the money starts drying up. Then it looks like, oh my gosh, like the first thing that comes to mind, that I failed or it didn't work. No, darling, you have to really go deep and start figuring out, what did you do wrong internally first, not externally, but internally first, to protect your highest vibration. Because when you look good, you feel good. When you're in your zone, honey, everybody wants to be connected, and they want what you have. When you're giving from a place of overflow, it's fruitful. It attracts like-minded individuals. It attracts, by default, wealth. That's why avoiding burnout is so very essential to your journey of producing wealth. If you don't understand that burnout will sabotage your entrepreneurial journey quicker than anything else, because you're giving so much energy to produce and create, that you allow yourself to be on the chopping blocks and you won't have the necessary energy or alignment necessary to produce from a place of overflow, right? So to prevent burnout, it's essential that we recognize these signs and address them very early on, like the underlying issues of overworking. Sometimes it's a mindset. Sometimes it's a lot of us have seen so many people. The more we say, I need to make more money, you think you have to work more. That's not it. Just because you want to make more money, we do not need to default go into the things that got a lot of people that we might have witnessed nowhere, because that does not mean you need to work more. It might mean that you need to work more efficiently, or you haven't maximized all that you actually are offering at the moment, or you haven't cultivated the very thing that you're gifted with to the capacity that it allows you to freely get it in a way that doesn't take from you. When you are giving your gift, it's not supposed to drain us like that. It's not supposed to do that. So that normally is that's a key signal within our response and within our soul that's saying, hey, I don't have that to give. Hey, check your why. Hey, you not taking care of source. Hey, you starting to lack clarity. And you know, when you lack clarity, that causes what? Confusion. And when you cause confusion, it creates paralysis, meaning that it creates a lot of nothing. It gives the illusion of doing a lot of things that's producing nothing, right? So I wanted to come on today to just start with that first topic, because we'll be going through a lot of different topics of, burnout. But when we're creating this wealth, and remember, you can ask as many questions, DM me if you are on this entrepreneurial journey and you're like, listen here. And I'm only in alignment with people that's willing to be real with themselves. Like, I tell my authentic truth, right? Because it's all about how I feel when I lay my head down at night. It's all about, am I serving my highest purpose? If I was to leave here tomorrow, did I do well? Did I help somebody else? Did I literally allow myself to operate in my highest capacity to create from a place that allowed others to speed up their process? Meaning that you get to buy your time by some of the mistakes. Nobody needs to recreate the same mistakes, right? And at the end of the day, burnout, you're seeing a lot of individuals they're like, oh, I'm going off the scene, or I need to take a break, because a lot of entrepreneurs right now, we made it through COVID. We're going through an economic shift right now. Like, it's a lot taking place. And you want to make sure that you're prepared, because this is the biggest wealth transfer that's happening right now. When others look like they're screaming, others are maximizing. So you want to make sure that you have a level of self-care taking place so you can be in a position to maximize off of the timing, so that you're in a place of overflow and not in a place of need, right? Because when we operate in a place of need, that's normally connected to survival. And you'll eat crumbs and then the world will tell you should be full. This is good enough when you're like, no, I'm barely making it. So that's why it's so essential before we can even talk about this money. It's how are you doing right now? Like, I see you. I see what you're creating in this world. I see that you're showing up for yourself. I see that a lot of us did not get somebody that just took us to the side and was like, this is how it's done. A lot of us are just figuring it out as we go, right? Like, a lot of us are on this journey and we're like, listen here, like, I want to do better. I'm the generational curse blocker. I'm the one in the family that you know it. But baby, listen here, do not cut yourself out the game prematurely, because the first thing that you must take care of first, sometimes we have to slow down to speed up. And it's okay if you have to go through a season to slow down in order to speed up. It's like when you see the track star that's like going down with the gavel, and then you see them, they have to stop and then go back. So it look like you're going down and you're losing it, but it really catapults you over, right? In that next season, sometimes you might be in a place, and this is not for everybody. Everybody's not burnt out, but I am bringing awareness because I've suffered from burnout on multiple occasions, and it took a lot to have to start over and rebuild myself. And if I had learned a lot of different boundaries to set in place and to safeguard myself, and if I had learned to appreciate self-care, I would have saved myself a lot of unnecessary trauma that was trying to rob me of my destiny, right? Because a lot of people give up. You know, if it causes too much hiccups, you might give up prematurely because you'll think that it's not working. And it's just not that it's not working. It's not that no one's better than you. It's just that you need to take care of yourself. Right? So I wanted to come on these freedom chats with Ms. Foxx today. I hope I was able to put some type of nugget on something that you could have taken from this conversation that will allow you to show up even the more within your truth, even the more powerful, even the more aligned, even the more well taken care of, right? Even the more assured of what you're supposed to be doing in this season, because this is a very pivotal time on this earth, right? You're seeing so many changes happen. It's going to continue, but you must take care of yourself in order for you to be able to mentally stay focused while all of this stuff is going on. Those that miss the moments to take care of themselves first will not have the opportunity to maximize when their time comes, right? So if I could be a sound of the alarm, ring the alarm to anybody, listen. Moving forward. It's very important. Our body is a machine. And a lot of people don't talk about this whole machine that has to be working in divine order in order for us to get all that we need to get out of our earthly journey, right? And we must be aware that it's not all about the chase. And I don't even want nothing that's running from me. You hear what I say? I want nothing that's running from me. You hear what I say? Because everything you need is already inside of you. So if you are in alignment and you're hearing this conversation, check in with yourself to see where you are on a scale of 0 to 100. And if you're at a place of 65, you might need to do a manual shutdown and go in and take care of yourself, right? Go in and get connected, because we're going into a season. You want to be fully loaded when it pops off. You don't want to be the weakest link now, because they will get eaten up first. And then you will have to deal with whatever they give you. And if you allow them to feed you, you allow them to starve you. I'm going to say that one more time. If you allow them to feed you, you allow them to starve you. So place yourself in a position to have as much options and freedom internally that creates a life externally that matches everything that God has for you on this earth, right? So you all, once again, inbox me any questions you have about self-care, about business, because I'll be having a lot more conversations about everything about freedom from the inside out. Like, I'm all about, can you give us some examples of how to recharge? For me personally, recharging means that you want to go through, I have a book that it's a journal, and it's like, it goes through what are the top 10 things that makes you feel good. Write down the top 10 things that make you feel good. And then give yourself once a week, do one of those things that make you feel good. Because when you start giving back to yourself in whatever ways that make you feel good, I guarantee you will start seeing a connection with not just your spirit, but your soul. And they will say, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for finally putting me first, right? So go through a list of 10 things that make you feel good and start doing at least one of those throughout the week for yourself. I like to personally, it depends on what all is at low in your life. Some people, they need to make sure they clean their house. You need to make sure everything around you is beautiful, it's organized, because cleanliness is next to godliness, meaning that if I can find everything I need, that will allow me to not be rushing. It would allow me not to be feeling like I am in like, oh my God, I can't find. It'll slow me down. If I can start being very intentional and live on a daily schedule. That's why I created the planner, the Transform Your Life planner, that goes through the whole process of transforming your life in every area, so that you can get clear on what you need to do every single day, that you need to show up for yourself the very way, so that your spirit can start connecting to you and see that you see you first, not for somebody else to see you. You got to see you first. And the more you show up and do what you said you was going to do, I know for me, it's like, no, I said I'm going to go cycling. Okay, I need to get up and go cycling, because I guarantee you, if I don't go cycling, now I'm going to feel a level of self-rejection from myself. And then if I don't do what I said I was going to do, I'm going to start not believing in myself when I say I'm going to do something. And guess what that creates? A lot of unnecessary negative energy within our spirit, right? So start with the simple things. First, make sure your environment is clean. Second, start doing one thing off your list of 10 that makes you feel good. Like for me, I'll go buy me a nice batch of flowers. I'll go get me some reflexology to deal with my circulation in my body. I'll go get me some acupuncture to help my nervous system, so my nerves can relax on another way. Some people get massages. I like acupuncture over massages, but I do go get massages. I do something that just allows my nervous system to relax. And sometimes I just go sit in some grass and sit under a big tree so I can connect with earth, right? Because sometimes you just got to get grounded. You got to just really tone it all the way down. And then another thing is, how about what's your morning routine? Do you take care of your skin in the morning? Do you take care, what's your routine? What's your nightly routine? Do you have, I like to have nice body scrubs and nice body creams and nice shower gels. That's not I like the really concentrated, high quality things that allow me to really slow it down and intentionally take care of myself really well at night. Like, I had to start getting a routine, because you will start thriving at a higher level when you have a daily routine. I know it's like going back to high school, but I tell you, when you're at a season that you're relearning yourself, it is very essential that you start off with the basics. How do I take care of myself in the morning? How do I take care of myself before I go to bed? What am I doing that allows myself to see me first? What am I'm doing to allow myself to eat what makes me feel the best? When I'm feeling low, listen, I need to eat some food that makes me feel amazing. Meaning that it needs to be colorful. It needs to be healthy. Like, what do I normally do when I'm feeling like I am losing, my waistline is getting slim, or I'm looking my best? Okay, I need to be doing those things. So for you, figure out those things. And just start one by one. Give yourself a list and make sure you show up for yourself to give that to yourself, right? And the more you start treating yourself good, guess what? By default, the world will start treating you the same way. Because it only gives us what we give ourselves first. The world only gives me what I give me first. And I can only produce what's actually inside of me. So when I'm coming from a place of happy about absolutely nothing, when I'm coming from a place of gratitude for the bare basics, listen, I'm telling you, it creates a whole nother vibration. It creates another life. When I am in a place that everything around me looks good, smells good, I'm organized, everything is fitting good, I'm telling you, it will change your life. When we start eliminating the people that literally we have to talk a little bit too much to, if I got to explain everything and try to convince you, we're not in alignment. If we start getting rid of those people that are draining, they taking and never depositing anything, it's always take, we're no longer in alignment. That season, just like Ecclesiastes in the Bible, it's over. It's okay. Because it says it's a time and a season for everything. And that season for those type of energies, it's concluded. Thank you for serving your purpose and allowing me to know what I no longer align with and what no longer serves me. And see you on your way back to mass population. Right? You don't get to know good people and you're not a good person, honey. I don't know why they be thinking they get to know good people and they're not good people. Like, you don't get to know good people. You don't get to take in this season. Did they not get the memo? That shift has taken place. The people that used to take stuff is no longer taking those things anymore. We no longer are connected to that type of world. That is over. You got to do the work. But anyways, I hope that answered your question. Most definitely, start getting comfortable with being selfish. It's called self-preservation. It's called, the way I look at it is, I must protect my purpose first. And in order to protect my purpose, the vessel that houses the purpose must be, so it allowed me to start looking at it in a different way. That no, it's not that I'm saying no to the people. No, I got to protect the purpose that God gave me, because if I neglect the vessel, me first, how I feel, I'm neglecting my calling. And if I'm on low and I'm depressed and I'm not feeling my best about even serving in my greatness, I'm not protecting my purpose. So I must first know that God wants me to have wisdom to protect the very thing that house what's supposed to produce out into the earth first. So I got to make sure that I'm overflowing so that I can give from a place that it never stops, right? So I must learn how to create healthy boundaries. It's not that I want to, I must do it. I have to say no. And I normally have to get to a place that I say no way more than I say yes. Because then we get to season that you must appreciate and honor the very gifts and talents that you house within your purpose, right? You have to honor it. Because if I don't honor it, they're not going to honor it. If I don't value my time, my space, they're not going to. If I don't value the gift that I house, they will not. And it's a process that we've all had to learn to, when we had to get to the place that not just having a gift, but I got to learn how to even cultivate and master my very gifting. Because if not, it'll get in the wrong hands and it'll have me hating and resenting the very thing that I'm supposed to be in mastery of, right? It'll have me resenting other people that I'm actually aligned with. I'm actually assigned to, dealing with people that I was never supposed to even know, right? It'll have me literally so tired that when the opportunity comes, I won't even be in a good energetic, and I'll let it pass me by because I'll say I don't feel like it, right? So I must honor me first, and it requires me to be selfish, and I'm okay. Like, the world teaches us to be selfish and not take care of ourselves. And that was a setup. That's why you're meeting so many people that are not happy. Because the first thing you're like, oh, I'm a nice person, I want to help. Yeah, but you must first got to see if it's the right time for it and if you have the capacity for it, right? because I must first have the capacity for it in order to entertain it. And it's fine. That means that you're right in alignment. Anytime you create resistance, that means that means you're doing the opposite of what you were doing before. So that's a positive thing. So if you're facing resistance, that normally is that you're doing what you didn't do before, which is a good thing. It should be resistance. I'm going to expect resistance. And I'm going to also expect that I might start feeling bad when I have to tell people no, because I got to start get comfortable saying no. I used to stand in the mirror and be like, no, 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 no. Greetings, Lauren Layton. Blessings, beautiful. How are you? Lauren Layton speaks. Hey, gorgeous. Hey. So good to see you. Thank you for coming on in, Laura Layton. Listen, but I had to first really get comfortable, and it was fine. I literally would be awkward, and I would get in the mirror and be like, "No, that either that's not an alignment for me, or no, and no explanation." Some people expect if you don't make boundaries for yourself, they'll literally make plans for you with your gifts, your money, and your existence. If you don't know what you're gonna do on this earth, people definitely will have that covered for you. And then you'll live an entire life, and when the Lord says, did you enjoy your journey down there? And you was like, well, I did this and gave this, but did you enjoy it? Okay. But I was helping. Okay, but did you enjoy it? Okay. Because that was your earthly experience. So I want to make sure that I enjoy first. I'm going to drink up of the cup first. And whatever's left over, they can get. I know, right? It's been so long. Yes, I look forward to seeing you again. But yeah, it's a process because we're all learning a lot about ourselves. We're the first generation that get to deal with the emotional side of life. Every generation, before us, it was different phases that they were able to conquer. But we're the first generation that get to deal with how I feel. They didn't have time to be worrying about how they felt. They were trying to survive. They were just trying to do something different than what their parents didn't do. We're the first generation that gets the opportunity to say, I get to decide. I actually have the power to decide how this goes. We're the first of our kind. So it's okay because we're all learning to really learn ourselves in ways that generations before us did not have the opportunity to, right? Hello, beautiful. Hi, Soli. It's Dominicano, Solange. Yeah, so it's a process that we all are going through, and we're mastering it, and we're aligning with every single thing that we need. It's nothing lacking. It's nothing missing. It's all happening at the right time. We are right on time. That's the whole thing. When we start slowing down our nervous system, trying to figure everything out, how about I don't even want to try to figure it out? I used to be a person I'm going to do this at this year, and this is going to happen here. And when stuff just wasn't happening, now you all got all these unnecessary emotions and the negative energy in your spirit that you now got to deal with getting out of. And hopefully you get out of it without believing that was actually true, because I'm not trying to figure it out. Long as I take care of me and I'm enjoying what I'm creating in my now moment, and I'm doing my part to show up at my fullest self, I guarantee you it works itself out. Guess what? God been handled all the stuff that I used to try to handle. He been worked out. He been put your name in rooms that you would have never entered into. You get to get more doing way less. I'm trying to tell you, you get more doing way less when we learn how to start taking care of ourselves. And at first, it's different. It's uncomfortable. It's lonely. But I guarantee you, the more we build that muscle, the easier it gets, the more gratifying it gets, the better the experience is, and the more results it produces, right? Hello. Thank you for joining in Freedom Chats with Miss Foxx, right? So we gotta, I'm all about, I tell people, it's more than just money. It's about us all being free in every area of our lives. I want to be free, and I want it all. I don't want just this part of it. No, I want it all, honey. I want all of it. I want all of it. And I'm going to get all of it. because it's already mine. You see what I'm saying? Because when we start literally focus on keeping the main thing, which is you, yourself. When you keep the main thing, which is you, yourself, you'll start experiencing a life that you've never experienced before. Because now you'll be in a position to start creating a life that you didn't think of creating before. Now you'll be in a position to start literally receiving from a place that you never received before. Oh, thank you, honey. When I tell you, listen, all of what God has for us, listen here, the land of milk and honey. I don't just want to be knowing, I don't want to just know about the land of milk and honey. I want to enjoy everything about all of the stuff in the land of the milk and honey, all of it. Like, I want to enjoy all of it. All of it. I don't want to just be leading the people there and then I'm broke down and toe down. I want to enjoy everything about this good earthly life that I get the opportunity of living. That, and especially with me, like, I'm like, no, it's no need in us just recreating the wheel of just people that, like, we get it for a little bit, then we lose it, or we get it and then it look like this and it don't feel good while it's supposed to be getting what we say we want it. What happens when you get what you say you want and it ain't feeling like what you thought it was gonna feel like? Because maybe, honey, you was putting too much emphasis on the chase of it, that you weren't enjoying the process of actually obtaining what was already yours. What's for you, you will not miss. Trust me. You will not miss. And if it looked like it went somewhere, if it's for you, it will circle back even the more. Fully loaded, honey, with all kind of stuff, right? That's the good stuff, right? So it's like we're just getting back to the basics. The world is in a season of getting back to the basics. We're in a season that those that have the wisdom, not just knowledge, but the wisdom. And wisdom comes from what? The Lord. Wisdom to understand that this is not your ordinary season. This is the season that you must go inward first. What's your secret place, honey? You need to know how to get there quickly. Not ladder, but the quicker. Because everything is looking like the complete opposite of what we were told was right. It's looking wrong, and what's wrong is looking right. So if you don't know what's really going on, you're going to get caught up in the sauce. If you don't know thyself, and if you don't love thyself, honey, it's going to take you on a whole nother journey. You're going to get caught up with mass population, honey. You know, they say what happens with the masses. You know how that goes. So we must be in a season to really go within, right? So that we can really bring out, so that we can really attract and not repel, because I'm burnt out. I can attract everything of abundance with my natural calling, right? Because I don't want to be attracting from a place of scarcity, because that means you're going to attract all them takers, baby. You finna attract more takers. People that just take. People that got excuses for everything. People that never came here to do the work. You're going to attract a lot of people that are withdrawing and never depositing. You're going to attract all the wrong things if I am having within me from an empty cup. So they go come in taking from an empty vessel, which is going to put you in a very dangerous position, with have you start resenting your very calling. The very thing that you were placed on this earth to do, you won't even want to do it no more. You be like, I'm cutting everybody off. I'm not dealing with them people no more. No, baby, you are dealing with the wrong people. Them ain't your people. Your people, it says iron sharpens iron. Your people are ready. Your people came with, God never sends nothing unprepared. So all the people you supposed to be with already ready. All the people that's supposed to patronize your business already have what they supposed to have in order to patronize the business. And you have the very thing that they need. They know that. You don't have to convince your people. So if we're in a season of convincing, them ain't my people. So I need to get them back out my way quickly. And I need to step back, because I don't even know why I'm meeting them people. We don't need to be meeting them people no more. So let me focus on me, because clearly I got something off. If I'm instead of meeting people that I got to convince something to, that need to already know what they need. And if it's either what I have or it's not, it's really simple, because we're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody, and I don't want to be for everybody. I'm from who I'm assigned to. As long as I show up, long as I do my part, and long as I am enjoying my experience. That's all I'm supposed to be doing. That's all he told me to do, is enjoy my experience and make sure that I'm showing up and not self-sabotaging myself because I'm dealing with the wrong people. You hear what I say? Because they will sabotage your entrepreneur experience, your earthly experience, your relationships. They will sabotage everything, honey. They will have good people and mess it up because they're not used to it. You hear what I say? Being with the wrong people, they don't even know it's good because, honey, all they know is something totally different. So they will get to places that they sabotage good things, right? So you have to be in alignment. So it's not their responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to know my yes and my no's. It's my responsibility to be aligned with my target market. It's my responsibility to be clear on what I will and will not do. That's my responsibility. So when I started taking ownership and being very clear on what makes me feel good and what does not, then my life started to change. It started getting real simple. And I said a lot of no's, and it was a lot of like, oh, I know. Oh, yeah, honey, I'm all that you're saying. Oh, yeah. And it's okay because I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. And when you do the work, guess what? There's a separation that has to happen. That's just how it goes. It's the separation of the wheat and the tare. It's like that's what's happening on the earth. Those that's doing the work and those that's not. Those that's not doing the work, they still with excuses. Those that's doing the work, they're no longer aligning with it. So it's very, very simple. It gets very simple. So I hope you all got something, because I was able to get something out of this Freedom Chat with Miss Foxx. So that's what we're going to call that, Freedom Chats with Miss Foxx, where we literally come on here and talk about so many different areas. And the first segments are going to be about different ways of preventing burnout, because burnout is real in life. Burnout is real in entrepreneurship journey. Even the more, burnout is real. And you will have to normally, if we don't sit back and start understanding that, listen, I'm at a place where I need to fill my cup up. I'm at a place that I really need to take care of me. I'm at a place that I might be in a season that I got to deal with my nervous system. Maybe it is literally, it's adrenal. It's the adrenal system in your body might be at a place where you don't try to figure out so much stuff to your whole entire adrenal system needs to be dealt with. You might be at a place that even your vitamins, like how's the D3, how's the B12s? Like, are you feeling energetic? Like, when the last time you got your lab works done, honey? When was the last time that you had a full panel and added on a few more that the doctor didn't put on there? Like, honey, I go to the doctor with my own labs. So order what you go order, and I'm going to order my, and we go come together so we can get to the root of this, because I have to be responsible and I have to take ownership because I know my body better than anybody. So I'm going to take the professional advice, but I'm going to make sure I do my due diligence to start making stuff make sense. You get what I'm saying? Because, a lot of this stuff nowadays, you're going to these people, they doing the bare basics, getting you right on up out of here, and stuff still off year after year after year, being deficient year after year after year, hormones off year after year after year, stuff start, happening in your body. No, you have to literally take care of yourself. And I'm telling you from sheer experience, taking care of yourself is so important. Like every part of you, your mind, your heart. How's my heart doing? Let me check my liver. Let me check my kidneys. How are my knees doing? How's my joint health? Like, let me check that now. I don't need to be waiting till stuff not acting wrong. Let me check on that now. You hear what I say? Like, let me get some panels done. And a lot of people I talk, they were like, yeah, I need to go. No, honey, you must go, especially at our age groups. Like, you must take care of your body. Because if you are not focused and your mind all over the place, because honey, what creates anxiety? You might have a deficiency that's causing hormone imbalance. Now you haven't been sleeping right. Now your hair falling out. Now you gaining weight. Now you literally over here trying to figure out why you can't keep a thought and focus. You're reading something and not retain it. Listen, honey, you better go check on yourself. How you go produce millions like that? How are you going to literally work with multiple arenas and take on the world and take over these territories and take it by force? How we gonna do all that? And I can't even keep a thought. You hear what I say? When I'm all over the place, my mind can't even shut down, because I'm thinking when I'm supposed to be off and enjoying myself, I'm thinking the stuff I need to be doing. And then how am I supposed to be doing all that when my very environment that I live in, I got clothes over here and I got stuff over here and stuff over here? No. It gets serious. How am I going to produce like that? I don't care if you got to get a cleaning lady. I don't care if you have to get a schedule that okay, on this day I do this, on this day I do this, but I must first make sure my house is in order. That's it. What do we think that means? Make sure your house is in order. Make sure my heart space is in order. Make sure I am producing from a place of good intent, because anything that comes from that will produce fruit. Anything that's only coming from a place of selfishness, I just want the money, it ain't nothing coming from that. The people won't come. I gotta birth this from a place of really wanting to help and really loving what I do. So it's a lot that we have to, really focus on. That ain't got nothing to do with the money first. It's about taking care of ourselves. I'm the temple. So when life starts life, and whatever is really in me is going to rattle out my cup first. You hear what I say? So I better make sure I'm pouring some real good stuff in me, because when life starts to life, and again, real honey, only what's in you is going to come out. You hear what I say? Only what's in you is going to come out. So you better make sure on you got some good stuff going in. You better make sure you are eating the best. You better make sure you are building solid relationships. You better make sure you are having great, not just surface-based connections, some real good people that you are aligned with, that you can be your truthful self with. You better make sure that your environment is orderly, because what happens if life starts lifing? You better make sure you got some multiple streams going on, because if life starts happening, okay, that's taken away from this freedom, honey, because life is going to life. But if you take care of you, and you make sure your house is in order. You make sure your vessel is in order. You make sure you're able to produce from a place of overflow. Connect from a place of overflow. You'll have options. You'll have assistance. You'll have provisions. You have everything you need, right? So I know it might sound a little simple, but listen, life done life so many different ways. But at the end of the day, I had to learn, listen here, let me make sure while everybody's talking about you doing too much, baby, you might not be doing enough. Because look like the way this going, everybody need to be doing a lot. They need to be doing a lot while they can do a lot. Because some people are in a position that now they need in the season they were supposed to be doing more, they did not. And now they don't have. Because life literally is cycles of things. And when it knocks on our door, hey, you need to check on this about yourself. Hey, you need to check on this about yourself. Okay, you keep neglecting that. You're going to place yourself in a position that you're going to be back against the wall. And now you can't. And now you can't even do what you need to do because you don't have the time. We don't want to be in those positions, because I've seen it. And it's not a good place to see somebody that literally they are they got to fast and pray because they need a miracle. They got to fast and pray. They got to cut some stuff out, because listen, when they were supposed to have been taking care of themselves, they weren't taking care of themselves. When they were supposed to have been slowing down, they weren't slowing down. When they were supposed to have been building out their business that, in different ways, they didn't do it. When they were supposed to be getting their finances together and making sure they had multiple streams of income, they were not doing it when the writing was on the wall, because we all get signs. But anyways, I hope this was able, I said that again, I have a book that's coming out that is called Credit Mastery. And Credit Mastery is everything I wish I would have known about personal credit, business credit. I've had to start over multiple times, not just in life, but finances, everything. And people are like, how in the world you got that again? Listen, honey, I had to learn how to master money. I had to learn from my mistakes. I teach a lot of things about finances and just literacy on how money works. I teach foundational principles. I'm all about, listen, if you want it to work, these are the steps to do it. But you must you got to follow the steps, honey. You must have an understanding of how all of this stuff works. Because just knowing the left field without knowing the right field, you won't be able to strategize the way you need to, right? So I like to teach from a place so that you'll always be able to fish, right? Not just eat the fried fish I got. You'll be able to go fishing whenever you want to, right? So it's coming out, Credit Mastery. The link is in my bio. If you are in a place that you want to maximize, scale up your personal credit, your business credit. If you're starting a business, it walks you through all this. It's a game changer. So I am excited for all that it is going to do for the people that are aligned with it. I'm grateful for this season. I'm grateful for you all in your time today. Thank you so much. Thank you, CEO Chris. Thank you, RST Bryce. Thank you so much for allowing me to take up space and allowing for you to hold space for me today. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thankful Thursday. Thank you for coming in with what is it? Freedom Chats with Miss Fox. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.